Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I just came out of a video to realize that it's like 5:26 and I got to be up anyway. So pretty much I can always get back to what I'm doing in there because, like I said, that technology has already been tested. But doing these talks on these real gray screen paint mixes out there on the market, some of them not being tested properly, a lot of them are not tested properly, and the ones are the older ones pretty much didn't require much testing to begin with, like as I said, because from that era, people were really testing on that level. Now with the technology you have now today, screens should be tested on certain levels. So first things first, if I didn't say it before, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We did this demonstration the first time with lighter mixes. Now we're going to do it with darker mixes because from some of the mixes I've seen already on the do-it-yourself mixes, they have pretty much at the end of the day, if you drop silver in there, you're never going to see silver. You'll see the glitter you will see, but really not going to make it much of a difference because like I said, if you put glitter in it, what's going to happen is the fact that you're going to get this Christmas tree effect. It's going to flash across your screen and it's going to have this real glittery kind of like a flashlight, like a Christmas tree effect going across your screen, pretty much like I said. So we're going to make different versions of the black mixtures and how many teaspoons of white. Now I told you just the way that we did it back in the day. We did it where we basically had the black base first and we added the white, because if you did the vice versa, you would have to add in a lot of black paint to get it to turn that dark. And I mean a lot of it. It was hard basically to measure it out on how dark you wanted it. All right, so we got our containers right here. We're going to take some of these containers. We're going to make several dark mixes out of that. Now, I know the ones you see online saying you have to mix this and mix that. By the time you get done mixing that black paint in there, you're not going to be able to see from A to B at the end of the day. All right, so each one of these we're going to do differently. Each one of these we're going to put more or less black paint in there. If I can get the top. This one is fighting me. So we got our black paint here. Everyday black paint, and we're going to make some of these darker and some of these lighter. Now, how we made the other mix that came close to match, or actually did match the UV mix, that one was basically about 6 tablespoons of white paint into black paint. Because now I'm thinking about this. Not only am I doing this demonstration to show you that nothing's going to match your product, and that's the number one reason why I'm doing this. People are like, oh, you're doing, no, I'm not doing it to match anybody's product. I'm showing you that at the end of the day, this is how we test our stuff. You have to be able to test your product against everything to make sure that somebody can't come along and match your work. And like I said, we've had incidents in the past of an individual basically claiming that he can make our products, and he would basically post these fake, phony demonstrations claiming it's our stuff. He thought he had our stuff figured out. He didn't have jack figured out at the end of the day. But like I said, you can see by the results of our sales in the last video, I was showing you how our tables are always stacked, that people are going to buy from the original and they're not going to buy from a copycat. So as I'm showing you in these demonstrations, whatever we mix together is not going to come close to matching the screen at all, period. All right, so let's go. I'm only going to make 2 of these because I have only got to make 2 of these right now, to tell you the truth, honestly. We can put those to the side because I only have to make 2 of these. So I'm going to get a little bit more black paint. I need more for that one. And we're going to start from there. I think we're going to put 2 in one of them and 1 in another. That's it. That's 2 in one and 1 in the other one. This bothers you. Now, I said before, we're not naming anybody's products. We're just making this to show you exactly that at the end of the day, if you try to make a screen like ours, how far are you going to fall? You're not going to be the match of a screen. That's another reason why I do these demonstrations, to show you that I can make any combination of screen paint. It's not going to match our screens. So we'll put more black in this one right here. We'll put more black in this one than this one. And this one's going to be halfway here. There, okay? So we got half in here. We have more in this one right here. All right, now, as I said before, for a product that's truly 100% tested, this is one of the things that you should be doing on your product. You should be seeing exactly how close someone can come to matching your product, or if they can. If these tests aren't done, someone can come along and do it for you and show you and expose your product. And that's what you don't want at the end of the day. So that's why I can take that black screen, I got the hoodies and black shirts and everything up against it, and that screen will still remain pushing a higher white level because it's different from any other screen. If anyone finds this offensively, then at the end of the day, we know what you're using. So we're not mentioning anybody's names. We're just making this randomly off the top of our head, using nobody's instructions whatsoever. If someone gets offended by this and bothered by this, then at the end of the day, you know what they're doing with their products. So it shouldn't faze anyone. All right, so usually when we would do this, when we was making this, the D5K wouldn't be this dark, but this is how we would start off with. It doesn't make a difference. Some people say you have to have silver or you have to have, no. We made one paint with black and white paint. We made one paint that had silver in it and the glitter in it, like the Digital Crystal Screen paint. You couldn't tell one from the other. The minute you drop that silver in it, it's dissolved. You will never see it again. It will not show up in your product at all whatsoever. You may think it's showing up, but it's not showing up. Between the black and the white, there's only two things you're going to see. There's only two things making changes. Unless you put a lot of glitter in there, then you're going to see glitter popping up all over your screen. That's another problem we're going to have. We get that from time. People say, oh, it's got to be glitter in their screen, so you got to knock yourself out. See any glitter in that screen? No, not one reflection, nothing at all coming off that screen. Nothing at all. So that eliminates that from that factor from the door. But if you do it, what's going to happen is you're going to get this heavy glitter content. And every time that projector comes on, you're going to see this Christmas tree effect dancing across your screen. So you may not want to put the glitter in it. Basically, all of it is, if you ever saw the YouTube paint, if you ever had a chance to see the YouTube paint, what it is, what it was. It was basically pearlescent. It was white paint. It didn't make a difference. It was satin. You didn't want a semi-gloss because the semi-gloss was a hot spot, flat as possible, and that's basically about it. It didn't make a difference if you put the pearlescent. The pearlescent is supposed to be something like a substitute for silver. Like I said, at the end of the day, you won't see it. It's going to be diluted. All right, so let's begin. So we're going to put this one right here. We're going to put, this is more, we're going to put one tablespoon. Now, sometimes a person who's used to making a gray and white screen product, the screen may look too black for them. And what they'll do is they're going to add a little more because they want a little grayness to it. Just a little bit of grayness to it so they can try to pick up a pretty decent white level. And that's what they want. Now, the problem you're going to have from this one is the fact that its white levels are going to be crazy low. And they think in the back of their mind, this is how they think, because it's the same way I thought. If we put more white paint into this, we can actually heighten the white levels much better. But as you put in more white paint, the black levels start to drop. So it has to be one or the other when you have to work with this stuff. All right, so we're right around that right there. We're coming up with that. I'm going to shake these up anyway. All right, so that's one. That's only one tablespoon of black. This would probably scare some other people because they would look at this and go, oh, this is not going to work at all. It's just too dark. Let's compare, because it's not going to match a black screen. You want it has to be to match a black screen, but it has to be to push white levels. All right, so let's see. That is not going to go well. That's going to come up just like a black screen. Literally, if this is going against a Phantom, it's going to come out like a black screen. Let's give it a benefit of the effort. Let's try to do two instead, okay? Let's do two in this one. All right, so we're going to do two in that one. Right there, put two in there. And like I said, if anyone gets offended by this, they get upset, and they want to slander us, then we know exactly what's in your product because you just told us. It's called not having a good poker face. Now, the UV mix is basically 6 tablespoons in the black. Well, we can't say that because honestly, we don't know what's in there. but it matched perfectly. That's what we got. We can't say that's how he made it. We can't say that, so that's wrong. We can say that that's what it took to match the screen. That we can say. Trying to clean this up a little bit. Make it a little neat. Don't show, but we're at the end of the day, like I said, that's what it took to match that screen. All right, so let's get some black here so we can do a comparison, see how dark these are coming up. All right, so I'm not worried about my countertop. That right there is the black paint. And that right there is a very dark version. And I'm very dark, this is very dark. It's not exactly black, but it's like a kind of a dark gray right there. That's only about two tablespoons in. All right, that's going to come up really bad on the screen. I'm telling you right now, from looking at that, that's going to come up really bad. A person who's making this kind of paint is going to think that is too dark. He needs it to be a little bit lighter. Even a professional is going to think that way. It's going to be a little bit lighter. Someone doesn't make, but if you make it too light, you put too much paint into it. I'm talking about professional people that are in the certified field of doing this, like the paint on screens, in their mindset. If they make it too light, they're going to lose the black contrast levels, and they won't be able to match the black paint side by side. See how complicated this is getting now? So if they put too much, if it's not black enough, if it's too black, then they know the white levels are not going to pull. In their mindset, they need this to work. So if we put too much black in here, too much white in here, that means the contrast is going to drop, and this won't be to match the screen side by side. That's just barely making it. It's barely making it right there. But that bothers them because in the back of their mind, they're thinking that's too dark. That's not going to pull up the white level right there. So let's see if we can just get a little bit more. So we got 3, but don't put too much in. If we put too much in, what's going to happen is we're going to lose that contrast level. And then we can't do the side by side because the side by side is just not going to show up. I forgot to put a little tape of that off. It's not going to show up because you have to be to match a black screen side by side so they can see that both of them are actually black. Giving you a sight on how we used to think. But we didn't do side black on black. That wasn't something that was done because black screens didn't exist at that time. Now they exist. You can't claim your screen to be black when it actually isn't really black. All right, so we're down to 3 tablespoons in here. Because in their mind, this is how they're thinking. If I make it too black, the white levels are going to definitely suffer. So it can't be, and it has to be dark enough to pull the contrast levels. So maybe I can consider making this as black. Stir that up. See right there? Now they'll look at that and say, well, that's passable. That could be black. That's not black. A Phoenix will be darker than this and pull higher white light than this. You're going to watch it happen. So these are the colors we came out with. This is 1, 2, and 3. So this is a safe zone for them. 3 would be the safe zone. Remember, we did the UB with 6. That's 6 we did with the UB right there. You know, for a top right here. It's nice and looking presentable. Let's get ourselves a lid for this so we can shake this up. So you got to test out your products. You have to test out your products. So that means you have to, at the end of the day, try to make products to match your screen. And you should be doing it live. Now, that one I saw on the Bear Silver screen, right there, huge red flag. Huge red flag. Because if you have to stand a finger's distance from a screen to see exactly the difference between the two, there's a problem there. You're not going to be sitting that close to a screen. That's like somebody showing you a TV and shoving your head into the TV. Like, look at the colors. Look how fantastic it looks. You're not going to be sitting that close to the TV to begin with. You got to sit at a distance to see if you can appreciate it. But that's why when they did the demonstration, they should have been sitting back, a little farther back, where you're going to be sitting at a comfortable distance. Can you see the difference from there? Got to be that close to see the difference. That means you're not going to be to sit it back when you're sitting back at a comfortable distance. Bam! Common sense. Basic common sense, people. Basic common sense 101. That's it. So this is what we come up with. That's gray. See? So if you put in 1, that's 1. You put in 2, and you put in 3. This is usually the one they will go with, because this is the one they can basically try to pass off as a black screen. The only problem is it's not passable for a black screen, because at the end of the day, that would be black and that would be gray. They wouldn't even match up at all, period. That means you would fail that first test right from the door. Oh yeah, it gets hard, doesn't it? It really does. It's hard. You can't pass that test now. If someone's going to do a side by side, they're going to know this is gray paint. That's not. It's a very dark gray paint. But you're going to say, well, no, but that's a black screen. No, look at the size of your container. It doesn't even match the lid. So that's not going to pass the first test. That's when we did ask for the side by side. The side by side couldn't be done because the paint was basically not black, but it was gray. And this is actually darker than the Fusion. The Jet Fusion, this is darker than the Jet Fusion. Way darker than the Jet Fusion. Might be a little darker than the UV. We have the UV right here. Let's see. So maybe darker than the UV. Now these right here are our light gray screen products right here. These are our light gray screen products that we made. Those we used a tutorial video. We're able to match those perfectly. I want to see how close. Well, then the UV's 6, so UV's a little lighter, so it wouldn't be that. Those are going to be a little darker. Motion, motion, motion. Now these screens, we're going to paint up, and we're going to put these downstairs against the Phoenix, because we had that motorized door down the screen. This is the one we use to match the UV, right there. This one is 6 tablespoons into black paint. This one right here is a little darker, as you can see. This one right here is about almost the same color the fellow had on his video demonstration. This is actually 3 under that one. And this one right here, let's see, how would we do this one? That's 3. That's 6. I want to go with 7 on this one. Do 1, 2, 3. Well, it's half. It's half of what you want to call. So it's half of it. Let's see what we get with half. This is half a quart of black paint. Let's see what we get out of this. Now, just to show you in another way that no matter how much or less, more or less paint we put in here, at the end of the day, they're all going to react the same way. Now, the only difference is the darker ones are going to pull higher contrast levels, but contrast levels is not what you're interested in. What you're interested in is white levels. That's what you're interested in. Anything dark is going to pull a contrast level. Your main concern is a white level. That is your main concern. And in order to be able to test out your white levels properly, you can't put this on a standalone. So the fellow who did the demonstration, even though it was a nice one, didn't have a white screen there to show the difference on that darker screen. You have to have a white screen there to show where your white levels lay at. That's what you have to do. So let's see what we get out of this one. All right. That's lighter than that one. And that's darker than that one. That is actually a good blend right there. So we got it a little darker than this, but we got a little lighter than that. That's perfect. I like this one right here. Okay. That definitely works. Because you don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to go anywhere lower. If you go anywhere lower, the problem you're going to run into is now you're going to be along the borderline of one of these. You're going to come up to the light gray paints. This right here is a paint that we made using 10 tablespoons of black paint into. You're gonna come in that area right there. That's the area we're gonna be at. This right here, a little dark area right there. This is screen paint. This looks like the same paint that the guy made in the video over there. You're going to start hitting that area pretty soon. You don't want to hit that area. You want to keep it in the dark zone. All right, so that's where you want to be at. All right, since we got all these shaked up, let's get all this stuff cleaned up. We'll start doing a pour out comparison. Oh man, you're not going to believe what I just did a few minutes ago. That's why you gotta learn to put the tops on. I'll show you what I just did. All over my floor. Well, let's get that cleaned up. That ain't the first time. It probably won't be the last. So let's get it cleaned up. Mr. Bird made a mistake. Should have had the top on a little tighter. That's the benefit of having white floors. All right, one time I had an order to do, and I had a can implode on me one time, literally implode. That's when I learned a valuable lesson about not mixing certain things together. Testing something new, and the can freaking, I heard this buckling noise. I'm like, what the heck is that sound? I heard something go boom, and freaking, trial and error working with something. I read the information, and I should have used it to begin with, but I was figuring like, what's the worst that can happen? If 3 of them exploded in the kitchen, nothing to cause any damage. You can't just open up buckle, splash paint all over the countertop, all over the ceiling, everything. But I was able to go in there and get it all cleaned up and be done with it. All right, so let's get some water here on the floor. Get all this cleaned up. That's the one thing I don't like. I would never get white barnyard doors, or whatever they call it, for my kitchen. Like, never. Oh, man. Anything you spill becomes that problem. And I should have had the lid on a lot tighter, and I didn't. I didn't think anything was going to shoot out. We're going to shake it up a little bit. And we're good. Wasn't so. Get a little bit of water, and we'll clean up. Gotta remove all my furniture out of here anyway, because I gotta mop the kitchen floor. Get a little once over on this floor once in a while. The color of it. I know it shouldn't take that long, but I like to make sure my floors are clean, man. Like I said, I have to do once over on this floor again. All right, so floor's clean. But I'm going to do a once over on this floor. Like really getting here today, soap this floor down, scrub it down really good. Because every once in a while, because me walking back and forth out of the deck, I track stuff into the house. So I'm going to have to really get in here and scrub this floor down today. Get a real good scrubbing. Next time I learn to make sure tops are on. Like this one should have been on. Good thing I didn't shake it this way. Oh my goodness. Tell you how good God is. Not one drop hit one of the white cabinets. Not one drop. No else. It just hit right there only. It could have splattered all the way from here to here. Man, God is good. Tell me. It ain't good. It could have splattered all over the place. Didn't even hit. Just one spot and that's it. All right, so these are the ones we have here. This one and this one, I mean, even though they're two different ones, but they both look the same. Don't they look the same? A little bit the same right there? That looks a little bit like that one and that one. That's the one we made with the 6. This right here is the 3. This is the 4. This is half. This is a 4 right here. I'm gonna believe this is different if I'm looking at it. Make sure I can see, make sure. We can put one more in that one. We'll make that a 5. Probably the trolls are probably going, oh, he's over there trying to make your paint. That's what he's trying to do. Calm the freak down. If you had listened to the first video of it all, first things first, nobody owns the right to black and white paint. No one owns the right to black technology. We don't own the rights to black technology. Anybody can make black technology. At the end of the day, if someone's making black technology, I'm not going to sit there and say you can't make it. You can make whatever you want. But at the end of the day, do the test. Don't cut corners. Don't do little sneaky stuff. Do the test 100%. Match what we do over here. There you go. So anybody can make. But you're gonna ridicule the fellow who was on YouTube basically from 4 years ago making the product too. You're gonna come at him, or the fellow who basically from 2019 made the other paint will come at him too. Yeah, you don't own the rights to black. You don't own the rights to any of it. That YouTube paint, that gray and white mix, has been around before you ever existed, before even anybody knew what you were. It existed. So, nice try on that one. You don't have any tutorial videos on making dark paint. You don't have one. You have one on light mixes, but not on this. So if you rant and get upset about this, then we all know it's in your product. Because why would you get upset about something that's not true? Just like I said, when he sits there and tries to make our product, I start laughing. I said, go ahead and make them. Post the ingredients. I'll make it myself and I'll put it against my own screen, see if it matches. I dare you. Never gets done. There you go, because you can't make it. There you go. There we go. So this one right here, I'm a little bit more happier with this one. Nobody is trying to make your product. One thing I noticed that you don't do enough demonstrations on white levels. You never do. It's another problem we have. You can test those white levels. What it is about that? Requested several times for the UV to be tested on white levels. Never done. Never freaking done. We'll stay as far away from those particular tests as far as possible. But we got it down here anyway, so we don't care. We can do it ourselves. They won't show us, we'll do it ourselves. So, and also too, we're going to be doing it. Now, mind you, if I was making these and I was putting them against his product, see, that would be wrong. No, we're making these for our screen downstairs. This is going against a Phoenix today. Yep. We're going to do a white level test today. This is going against a Phoenix. Because when I show people these products on these gray screen paint mixtures, and they think, oh, I can do that. I can make that. That's going to be exactly, I'm going to have the same screen he's got. No, you won't. I'm here to show you it won't work. I can make as many combinations as you want. Neither one will match that technology. That's the whole purpose of it all. So we got several different dark versions of it. We got this one right here. We got this painted down already downstairs. We got this one right here. I'll come up with names with these. We're just going to call these, no. I'm going to give a name. We don't want to give anything silly. We don't make it somewhere, rude or anything. But usually when they try to make a black paint, and keep in mind, these products that I have right here that I'm showing you are darker than the Fusion jet black, and they're darker than the simple black, which now I know that simple black is not yours. That simple black belongs to that fellow 4 years ago who made that screen paint. You copied his work. Copied his work, even took the name too, and called it simple black. It is the interesting thing about it is if you ever saw the first version of the simple black that he posted, exact same color. I'm gonna go track it down and look it up because there is one that he made. But simple black and white paint mix, people. Black and white paint every day, any day. Black and white paint. Now, before we get down this road, I gotta go complete once over on my kitchen, which means I gotta go wipe everything down and make sure that we don't have anything anywhere where it's not supposed to be at. Keep my floors nice and clean. Let's get all this stuff bagged up right here. These are our black and white paints right here that we got now. These are the black ones now. Now we got a set of dark paints now. This is the black paint we got here. We don't need this. We don't need no light mixers. We don't need none of those. We're not doing that today. Are you really getting what you paid for? Is it really going to be what it's going to be? Are you going to get what you paid for? I mean, at the end of the day, what are you going to do? If he gets mad, he gets upset, what's he going to do? He's going to come in there and talk about, oh, black screens you shouldn't buy. Buddy, can't say that. You're trying to make a black screen. Not a good one, but at the end of the day, you're trying to make a black screen. So what are you going to say? You're going to slam black screens and say, oh, they're just that and the other, too dark, you can't see them? Didn't you try to make one? All right, then you can't say that either now. Because you can't convince your customers that they should buy a black product from you if you're slamming the black product at the same time. And you can't say light screens are better, because if you say light screens are better, then you'll be saying that dark screens aren't better. So which one is it? Ah, you got yourself in a bit of a pickle on that one, didn't you? You didn't think that one through, did you? See? So I can make anything I want over here. But at the end of the day, this has nothing to do with you. Not all, period. We want to make that clear to Jamie that this has nothing to do with you. You don't have a video out there showing you making any kind of dark products at all. Not one. Now, these right here, on the other hand, these were made to see how close we could come to your product. And they matched. Actually, 3 of them are matched perfectly with no problem. Which means you didn't do any kind of testing on your product. At the end of the day, you just do some stuff together, do some mumbo jumbo on the camera, hit it with a high-end projector, and just basically that's what you did at the end of the day. Now, these particular products we have, these darker ones, have nothing to do with your product at all. It's just to show at the end of the day that whoever tries to make a gray screen paint product or try to make a black screen, it's not going to be black, number one, because if you put too much white into it, and that's what they're going to add white into it, because in the back of their mind, they're going to think they need that white level to pop. So let's put some more white into it. And the problem you're going to have with that is the screen paint slowly going to start to turn gray, which means now you are not eligible to match a black screen. You already failed that one from the beginning, and you can't label it as a black screen. Now you have to label it as a gray screen. So that category is gone. Well, that's pretty much it right there. And then we're going to show you, even if you do put the gray in, thinking that it's going to make the color lighter and give you a higher white level, well, next to a screen that has the ability to see white light, your screen's going to come up dark. And you're not going to be to see those pretty white levels next to a screen that's designed to do so, and next to an all-white surface. That's why you have to do the all-white screen, and that's something they don't do either. They do it on a standalone. They go, look how beautiful the flowers look. Look at the snow. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, you don't do your tests right. That's why. So if you're getting offended by this, if this bothers you and this makes you upset, then you just outed yourself as a person who makes this product this way, because anybody else wouldn't care. I don't care, and I'll put this against my own screen right now. So what do I care? And I'm showing them how to make it while I'm doing it. So what would I care? But I bet you that you wouldn't go out and take that bare silver screen and drop 4 tablespoons of black paint in it and put it against your product. to see if there's a huge difference between one or the other. I guarantee you won't do it. It'll match. Put forward, matter of fact, I can post my ingredients and I'll show you, and you'll make my product, what I made here, and put it against your product and see if it matches. All right then. So right now the products we have here do not match your Jet Fusion or none of your products over there because they're too light to match them. All right, so let's get all this wrapped up. We have to make this crystal clear to him because, you know, his individuals will be over here talking about, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. And then he'll be on camera screaming and ranting and carrying on. And I'm like, what are you carrying on for? This has nothing to do with you. Is this in your product? Is this how your product is? Okay, then. There you go. What are you getting bothered for? If that has nothing to do with your product, what are you getting upset for? Relax. Calm down. What are you going to do? We're not taking, in the video, if you notice, we're not taking out his UV mix. We're not matching it. No, we're not doing that. We have our product. This is going against the Phoenix technology downstairs. So dry your eyes. No need to cry. Not gonna go. Why? All right. So let me see how we're going to do this. We are going to paint 2 of these on a smaller, medium-sized board. Right here, first things first, let's bring out the sheet right here. We're going to put these in because we have no need for these right here. These are not necessary. There isn't that kind of demonstration for these. We're going to put these away. These are the light mixes. These are not necessary right here. One of these is a digital and crystal screen print. I'm pretty sure it is. So put these back over here. Right, we're going to call these blackouts. We're going to call these blackouts 4.0. You know why? Because you got to be in the dark when you use them. I'm only joking. We're not going to go blackout 4.0. Just having some fun. Come on, people. Calm down and relax. All right, let's do a pour out. Let's see what we got here, okay? All right, we're going to take this one first. This is the other one we have here. So this is half. I already know from the door that's half right there from the door. Half that means we put 5 tablespoons of white into this one. This one right here being a full, we put about 4 in this one, and this one right here, that's the one we made with 6. But these are all reversals. So we'll pour this one out first. So the next one next to this one. There you go. That one's slightly a little lighter. That one's slightly a little darker. This is one we made with the. So there's 3 blends you're going to get. This being the lightest right here. This being the darkest. This being next to the darkest. This one's going to pull the higher white level. These right here are going to pull the higher. That's going to pull the higher contrast. So let's get this started, shall we? Shall we get it started? We shall. All right. So let's go get our tops cleaned up a little bit on the top, right here, right there. All right. And let's get these marked. Where's the frog tape at? Oh, frog tape and an ink pen. That's what we need. Frog tape and an ink pen. Frog tape and an ink pen. All right, so half is 5. So we got 5 in this one. So this is half. This is 5. That's 5. And we added that 4. We put in 5 instead. 5 tablespoons of white. And this one right here is actually, yeah, right there. 5. That's 5. No. I'm sorry. This is a full. This was actually 3. That's 3 right there. And this is the 5 tablespoons. This is half. I did it on a half. 5 tablespoons right there of white. Like that. So we already know what that is. That's 6. That's memorized from the door. So now we got Our paint's right there. We're done. We got our pour out right there. I already got a screen painted with this downstairs. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make our sample sheets. It's basically simple and plain. We're just going to get our paintbrush and just roll over. That's it. So we got this one right here, this one right here. Put this up, throw this in the trash. We'll grab ourselves 2 medium-sized boxes. I got 2 tickets to Paris. Let me see. Mr. Bird, what do we need, Mr. Bird? Oh, here we go. It's a good size screen. We're going to make our own sample sheets with these right here. These are the medium flat rates right there. That's what we're going to do with that right there. We'll get that done. Get it done. I'm going to grab myself a paintbrush. Get it done. You acting all crazy for a crazy cat. One of them days, Bird. It's one of them days. Round. It's a round day. Round. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. It's a round day. Round. Cram. Are you really getting what you're getting? We don't know. What are you really getting? What you're really getting? We don't know. Come on now, just be nice. Thank you. Let's go upstairs. And your pictures to hero Captain Noah. Send your pictures to dear Captain Noah. So that fast, when you guys are here, I got the projector downstairs all set up, ready to go. plug in some juice. The projector is activated downstairs. So, let's get this out of the way. Let's get a surface up here. I don't have to worry about jacking up my countertop again. I'm really getting tired of cleaning this thing over and over and over again. Put that right there. Let's get this ultra short projector out of the way. We don't need this right now. Put that right over there. And there we go. Top is all nice and clean. Put that right there. I'm going to paint this one here. Paint this one here. All right. We already have this one painted downstairs on a larger screen. Let me put this downstairs so we have this for that frog tape. And we can get the party started. Testing against our own technology. Let's see which screen can always wait. Can everyone make the Phoenix? Is it possible to make the Phoenix? Now it's going to make this demonstration also very exciting to watch. It's the fact that, remember when I told you, sorry Jamie, I got to bring your name up for this one. Remember when I told you when you was painting the Phoenix down? Sometimes I wait a while before I act on things. I like to wait a bit. See where they go. So you remember, let me pull up a chair here for this one. Do you remember when you was painting out, doing a paint on demonstration, you claimed you had a Phoenix? Well, like I said, a Phoenix is a very black screen. The product you was painting down, if your light had hit that screen, a Phoenix being as black as it is, as you've seen the one sitting outside at 150 inches, when the light hits that screen, it remains black. What I noticed in the demonstration when you were displaying, that when you was painting the screen, it became gray, showing that what you had in the container wasn't a real Phoenix, because if you had painted that screen out, it would become black. Now, the interesting thing about the Phoenix and the Nova 17s, they still have the black on black demonstrations, which means if we paint the Phoenix with the color it is, and we put it against any black surface and pull white level, it can pull a higher white level. You didn't display that in the demonstration at all, did you? Proving that you had that screen, but you didn't do that. I saw the demonstrations where you did the paint on, and like I said, the screen was gray. Now, these products we have here or something like that. So let's see what happens when it comes to white levels. And this day was coming. I just didn't tell you when it was coming. All right, so here we have our several mixes there. So we got several demonstrations to do here. Can someone make a Phoenix? Is it possible? Let's see what happens. Just out of curiosity, let's have some fun here. Oh, save your pictures for dear Captain Noah. Now, let me explain something to you, Mr. Jamie. First things first, when you're doing unboxing, it's always proper to show a label. First thing, box, label, the whole 9 yards. Do you know that your font, not the curse word, for the lettering that you do on your containers is called rosewood. And that rosewood is that exact same design you use to make your labels. If I was a dishonest person, I could basically make your labels from here with no problem. And I can do a fake unboxing, and I can basically mark your product. But I'm not like that, and that's not the kind of person I am. I buy your product. I go online, I make a purchase, I show proof of transactions that these orders went through. That's what I do. Even courteous enough, because your phone number and information's on there, to block your information so nobody can see your phone number. Because that's the kind of person that I am at the end of the day. But you are not. So in the next couple of days, you're going to learn a lot. In the next couple of days, a whole lot. Oh yeah, I have this information. I have a whole lot of information on Jamie you wouldn't believe. But we don't post that information because you don't do that kind of stuff. That's immature. Only kids do that. Teenagers, kids do that kind of dumb nonsense. I'm an adult. But I do know for a fact that the product that you painted on that surface wasn't exactly black. That surface was actually gray. Because a black surface, regardless if you stick it in the sun all day long, it's still going to remain black. Not gray. And I know how you think when you make your products. See that black paint over there? Well, it's not black, it's kind of gray. The person who's making that product and is used to using a black and white mixture in everything that they do is going to add white paint to everything. Because you figure that, oh, that's what's going to help the white levels. It's a prehistoric way of thinking, but okay. But anyway, so if you add in just too much, even if you add in like one, you automatically alter already. It doesn't come out like black paint. It alters it. You put it in the back of your mind, you're thinking one's not gonna be enough because you really need those white levels because you're bent on white levels. So you'll go in and you put two in there. And now you're tilting it. So getting a little close to a dark gray screen. But at two, you're already pretty much have failed that attempt already. But then you might just go on ahead, we'll do three, and what I'll do is I'll darken the environment, and I'll give it the appearance that it looks black when it's not black. That's why I noticed that anywhere you displayed that screen, you kept it as far away from light as possible, because people would have saw the true color of the screen. But what you didn't realize when you were doing a demonstration against the Cinemax, that your screen that you call black did not match any of the black items that you had in your environment. You know what the term jet black is, right? When something's jet black, it's black. And that's what you didn't pick up on. But I picked up on it, and everybody else picked on it, that you can't call something black if it's not matching the black that you have in your environment. All right, let's begin. So we're going to start off with this one first. Now, keep in mind, the UV did not do good. It didn't. This is darker than the UV. If this is darker than the UV, then that means this is going to pull up a much lower white level than the UV. And you can't make it as dark as the UV. After seeing the results, I'm pretty sure you tested it yourself behind closed doors, and you realized that the UV was way too dark. So when you made your products this time around, you made them a little lighter so they can accept a better and brighter image. The only problem is your followers, shame to say, some of them do know better, but most don't. I could basically make a lot of money off them. I could just basically have a car painting service, and they're like, we make the best black car paint service ever. You just paint your car gray, you wouldn't know the difference. You really wouldn't know. So look at that. Someone say, oh, that is definitely black. No, that's not black. That's gray. That is gray. Darker the color, the harder the white level. That you have our technology, which you don't have. All right, so this one right here is finished. I'm going to take that one downstairs and wash out my brush, and we're going to go over the next one. I got that Captain Noah's son stuck in my head. I got this morning. It's the first thing that popped in my head. I'm going to take this downstairs and let this dry. And these are going against my screen. Keep in mind, I'm testing against my own stuff. So, you know, hey, it's going against you. Ocean. Hey, good morning to you, Captain Noah. Tell people. Today, this is why it's a no-no. To go near untested screen paint products. See, I keep telling y'all, If they're not doing tests like we're doing tests, you're going to mess around and destroy your screen. That's what you're going to do. Have you ever seen demonstrations like this done? You haven't, have you? Not against your own stuff. This is going against my own screen. Keep in mind, I put it against this products before. No, we're going to put this against our stuff to show you that if he decides to, like I said, anytime you want to, post the ingredients and I'll put it against my own product. Now, as I said before, we can make one product. We got the one product downstairs. We'll get another one. We'll put some silver in it, some glitter in it, stuff that people think is going to work. And we'll put that against the paint that has nothing in it and watch them match up the exact same way. The silver does nothing at all. It just gives the illusion in your mind that you think it's going to do something. Same concept that I was thinking way back then. I'm just telling you the same way I thought the same way in my head. Put some silver in it, it's going to make it look good. It's going to get pop. It don't do nothing. That black is going to consume that. There's going to be nothing left in there. The only thing that's going to make a difference is glitter, white, and black. That's it. That's all. So I'm showing you this so you don't watch one of his demonstrations and get fooled by a high-end projector. Because we're going to buy that 720p Epson projector. We'll buy one of those. Bring it right on over here. Because I said before that you got to do that black on black. How do you know at the end of the day you're not buying black and white paint? How do you know if you're actually getting a black screen? That's why you got to do that pour out side by side. So you're getting exactly what you're getting. All right, so we're done here. We're going to start on this one right here. That's the first thing that should have been done. Now, if he does that demonstration later on, that's a fail. You know why? Because he's going to basically stall, do it later on, change something about it, and then come out and say, look what I did. No, you should have did it the first minute it was asked. You're going to come out later on and then try to do it. No, I'm sorry. No. Okay, we're going to pour this out now on this one. This one is a little bit darker. Actually, this is a dark one, yeah. Look how dark this one came out. It's still not black. It's a very dark one right there. Now, mind you, we test our screens against black screens, black paint. So that's going to be a bit of a problem, wouldn't you think? You're going to have that song stuck. And you're like, what the heck is Mr. Bird singing about? I'm going to go look that up. Welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. That's going to be stuck in your head now. You're welcome. And those of you from that era who remember Captain Noah, you're welcome. You're definitely welcome. Now, anytime somebody does a screen like this, the first thing you're supposed to see, people, is you're supposed to see the certified screen demonstration. That's the first thing you see. Then you see the white level test. We do the black on black test. Then you do the white screensaver and you put the black surfaces against it to show there's a difference. And then you drop it at 1,000 lumens. Because like the guy said in the video, it's hard for black screens to pick up. They have to be at a certain lumen count in order for them to jump. We can do it at 1,000 outside. And if they're not doing this right from the door, if they're just painting the screen on like this, this is how we paint it this way. And you want to make sure you go up in these upward stroke positions. Now that it's done, we're going to take it, we're going to put it up there, we're going to do it ambient light controlled environment, hit it with a high-end projector. Look at all the pretty colors. Really, seriously? Are you kidding me? A monkey with a freaking long handle brush can do that. No. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to paint the screen, then paint the screen, let it dry in as you're doing it. Then you take your certifieds, bam, 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 put them up there. Then you do your red, blue, greens, yellows, orange, all the different colors, and make sure that your screen's pulling out that perfect color better than the rest of the certified screens. And you don't get certified screens that are basically going to match, be friendly with your screen. You get the hard ones. You get the gunmetals and the mid grays and the light grays and the whites. Throw them all up there to see which ones can basically fight it out, what's going to be the best. And then you go do your white levels with all white surfaces, white paper, certified white screen, hit it like that. Then after that, you come out of that and you do your color mixing, to see it all blend together. And then after that, you start having fun with the ultra short throws and you bring out the rest of the 18s. You got to do it like that. That's how you do it right from the door. Not that whole, we're going to paint a pretty cloud right here. And when we're done, we're going to put it up right over there, hit it with the projector, and look how amazing the contrast and colors will be. Then I'll get it down here and put an order and you'll cancel because you know what's going to happen when it gets down here. It ain't going to happen. Now we ain't doing that today, buddy. No. No 4Ks over here. No ultra short throws. See that old 1,000 lumen projector? That's what you're going to be working with today. That's what you want to work on with today. Oh, don't complain. We could be out there. We could be out there. All right then. All right then. That's what happens. And then the end, after going through all that punishment, we're not even done. We got to go outside now and play. That's why they cancel. This is going downstairs. We'll be done. This is going against my own screen. Oh, send your pictures to Captain Noah. The insanity! The insanity! Yeah! I only get crazy. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. I only get crazy like this, having fun, when I got to do tests. I'm testing against my own stuff. Keep in mind, this is not going against this product. It's going to match this product. It may match even better than we have over there. We already got that painted up. But this bottom is going against my own stuff. Y'all missed the fun and the challenge of the fun. So these are going up here. These are our darker mixes. We're going to call these midnights. Midnight blues. These are not, because people going to get blue in there. No, we're going to call it lights out. It's called lights out screen paint. Lights out. Get out of there. Now, move it. You know better than that. Get out of that spot. You ain't over there. Lights out. Lights out screen paint. Lights out. I'm going to call it Lights Out 2.0. Lights Out 2.0. That's new screen paint. Light Paint 2.0. Lights out. What you doing with the lights on? It's not lights on. It's the lights out applicator. Yes, sirree. Got to be in the dark to use these. Can't have the lights on. Non-ambient light projection technology. It's lights out. Sundown and lights out. The outdoor version is called sundown and lights out. That's how we do it. Got them lights out. Let's keep it dark. Let's keep it dark. All right, let's get that done. Gotta wash out my brush downstairs. My area's all cleaned up. Up here, we're good to go. Get the screens are drying downstairs, which will be done in no time at all. Give me a chance to play around on the other screen for a little bit. Now mind, this is not going near his stuff. We're not putting this near his stuff. It's not going near any UVs, none of that. We're not doing it. This is going against my stuff. For sure, at the end of the day, knock yourself out. Make your product, whatever you got to do, but at the end of the day, yeah, you're going to pay for it the long way because you're going to put on the white levels come on, that screen's going to come up looking dirty. That's what's going to happen. Because with that product, they never tested, man. They never do any tests on it at all, period. UV was never tested. When I put that out, I was like, good, you got to be freaking kidding me. That screen came out really dark. I was like, this thing was never tested. Because if it was tested and it came out that dark, they'd be like, oh, this got to be fixed. We got to change this. But the thing about it is how they're going to fix it. Going to add more white paint to it. The more white paint you add into it to make it brighter, to try to heighten the white levels, the contrast levels are going to start to drop. And if you add too much black and paint to it, the white levels start to drop. And then the color suffers in between. Because you need both white and dark to trigger color at the same time. It's got to be dark enough to make the color rich and pop. And it's got to be light enough to make it bright and beautiful. Yeah, kind of hard, isn't it? Now, when you got, I tell you, at the end of the day, man, we can make products. Phantom was made in an hour. In an hour. Think about that. 10% over 18 certified screens, including ultra short throw. And it's 4 times darker than the Phoenix. And the Phoenix is outside on 250-inch screens that can pull up images at 551 at 27 feet back. I mean, keep in mind, so with your projector is 4,000 lumens. At 551, you no longer have 4,000 lumens anymore at 27 feet away from your screen. You'd be lucky if 1,000 lumens crosses that line and hits that screen. And that screen's at 150 inches at that, which means it's taking on 10 times more ambient light than your average screen inside the house at 100 inches that's squeezed into an apartment with very little light pushing in to begin with. Do you understand how hard the task that is to pull off? So a screen of that caliber is taking in 10 times more light because of its size. And at 4,000 lumens, at 551, Yeah, good luck with your but that much. Your 4,000 starting off from the door from it starting off. You're talking about losing a good 1,500 before you start up before you're 27,000 feet to hit that screen. I'm sorry, not 27,000 feet. That'd be incredible. 27 feet. 27. Yeah, 27 feet to hit that screen. So think about that. Usually, most people that are using projectors in that line are using 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. Some of them are going in 10,000 lumen projectors to pull that off on a screen. We do it at 4,000 lumens. So people don't really think about that when you're watching that demonstration, what that screen is doing in the demonstration. And keep in mind, when I turned to the side and we did that snowstorm and that screen blew up, you seen the light pushing off that screen and hitting the ground. Did you see that? That means that screen is generating so much freaking energy, so much light that's making contact with that screen, that all the lights that's hitting it around it, whatever little projector that's hitting it, I can put on a white snowstorm on a jet black screen at 150 inches and lean to the side, and it looks like a TV pushing out on the other end. That's what you call technology. I'm gonna do that today. I think I'm gonna do it. If the weather's good, we're gonna do a demonstration on that today. Angle gains only. Just show the white lights pushing out on that screen. I love my work. I love what I do for a living. And they want to talk about ambient meters, really, honestly. Meters. Okay. And people coming around, come on, what about a meter test? Do a meter test, meter test. You really want to go down that road? You want to get embarrassed like that? Seriously? Today? Don't make me embarrass you. Okay, let's go outside. Let's go downstairs. Put away. Yes, they are. They're put away. All the goodies are put away. All the goodies put away. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm fun. I'm testing against my own screen. Come on, man. What much? People be missing the best part of testing, man. Best part of waking up is testing on your screen. I mean, it's the fun part of it all. Yeah, we got to do something here for a minute. I got to come here and I got to knock out my Wi-Fi. Oh. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. Wi-Fi had to kick in right now. That's all the fun part of the testing. They want to cut corners. Cut corners for what? Here come. I would love to have a motorized projection screen when it comes down and announces the screen like WWE. That'd be sick. I would love to have that. The lights flashed all over it. It'd be hot. Now that continue. Oh man, that'd be funny. All right, so these are our colors right here. See how they're drying? They look dark, didn't they? Yeah, they look dark. But we're down here with like 1800 down here. It's bright down here. It is bright down here, literally. We're down here at freaking 1800 lux at the most. It's well lit down here. I like this spot down here. But when we painted that screen, it looked dark in the kitchen, didn't it? It looked real dark? Nah. You put just a little bit of white paint in that, automatically, boom, it contrast disappears. Watch out, watch out, watch out! Alright, so let me make sure I get the fire stick. We got tape down here, so we're good to go. We got everything we need. We're good to go. Oh, we got the fire stick down here. I got the fire stick on right now. Where are you at now? There he is. Hola! Hola, hola, hola. Hello. You gotta move that in, there's no one on that one. All right, let's see what we need to do here. I think I need to shift this in. You better be lucky I don't live in your neck of the woods, man. Boy, I'm telling you, this is going to be a cakewalk. Okay, that's what we got to do here to get this party started, so. Let's get the meters down here. Let's get the meters. What's the matter with the meters? What's the meters? Now, as I said before, when you got to add extra lights, when you got to add extra lights in your environment for a meter, you ain't supposed to do that. You're supposed to use the lights that you have in your environment. Unless these extra lights that you're using, it's going to be in every video demonstration that you do. Other than that, you're just adding stuff in that don't need to be added in there. Just use your regular lights only. You got meter, punk, and meter right there. This thing matches my phone. I didn't realize that. Let's set it up. See how much light we got pumping up in the environment. Put my hold on real quick. Drop the hold in. Show you how much we're pushing in the environment. This is what we push down here. 18 right from the door. Ain't got to build up for it. It starts up 18 from the door. And after that, it jumps off. So we're down here with the work lights. As you notice, at any demonstration I do, a demonstration with a meter, we don't add any extra lights in the environment. We only use the lights that come as you're in the environment we use every single day. If that's the case, and people want to start adding in red lights and different lights in the environment, well, you need to use those lights in every single demonstration that you do because you're falsifying your readings. All right, so let's get this started with, let me see. Come over here, and let's bring up that white screen. See which one of these screens are going to pull the highest white level. Already from the door.
What's strong with me? What's strong with me?
I don't know about that, but let's move on. Can't really answer your question on that one. What's strong with me? What is strong with me? Now you don't need to be down here. What you complaining about? You got the whole entire house to run around in now. Calm yourself down. Wow. All right. There's our white screen on display right there. First product we're going to pull out from the door. It's the first one we made. I leave it upstairs. I did leave it upstairs. Mother freaking Georgia mouse. All right. Mother freaking Georgia mouse, man. Mother freaking Georgia mouse. My curse words. That right there is the UV mix. Right there, that is basically 6 tablespoons of white paint into black paint. Okie dokie. Let me get this up over here for you guys. I'll start off with that one first. Okay. I'll get the wrong remote control for this. Wrong one. Get this one right here. I've been away in my beautiful. There you go. See the difference between our white levels on a Phoenix. Now, mind you, like I said, the whatchamacallit is much brighter, but that's the Phoenix white levels. There we go. Bring it back up. And keep in mind, this is a gray screen. Phoenix is black, so you would expect a black screen to pull up a much, much, much lower white level. All right, let's get those out of there. Let's bring the other ones to be painted. So we got one right here. Oh, this is gonna mark my screen. It doesn't make a difference anyway because I gotta paint over that screen anyway. And we got this one right here. We got two black samples right here. Is it possible to make the Phoenix? Let's see if it can be done. Of what we just made out of that product. Mind, this was made with 6. So let's see if it's possible. Oh, this is not going to go well. But let's do this. Interesting. Isn't that interesting? We made the product in front of you and everything, did we not? This is nothing new. We got to do this all the time. This is nothing new. This is something we do all the time anyway. Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's pause it right there. Let's bring it in. We need white levels right now. Let me see. Let me bring it back a little bit. There we go. Ah, man, I need light down here. I can't see anything. It's a black screen. It's canceling out light down here like a crazy. There we go. All right, let's come over here. Let's hit this right here. Boom. Let's bring it up. See what we get. Wait for it. It's coming. There you go. See, Jamie, we know how you do your demonstrations. We know we fake your demonstrations. We know that. I can out you any day time I want. We know how you do it. You go in and you put black paint. You make these really dark mixtures. That's what you do. And then you say, look, this is how their product comes out. No, buddy, that's not how our product come out. I'll ship you down to real Phoenix and you can do the demonstration right there for yourself. How about that? Now, you wouldn't do that because that outshines a lie you are. Now, see, we can make products. I can literally make any kind of darker mix I want, throw it against that screen. That screen will always produce a higher white level. Oh, man. Get a good lawyer. You're going to need it. I'm telling you right now, you will need a really good lawyer. Yeah. So this is how Jamie was faking his demonstrations. I told you, I'm the guy who designed the product. If anyone, I should know what my product looks like at the end of the day if I'm staring right at it every single day it's in my house. So I know what my product looks like. So when I seen that screen, when he painted it out the first time, the Phoenix, I was like, wait a minute. That screen's too light. There's no way in the world it could be a Phoenix. Phoenixes are black. Because if you take a screen and when the light hits you, when your body was trying to cover the screen a little bit to cast a shadow on it to make it seem darker, when you move back a little bit, that screen came up gray. I was like, no, that's not. because I can mix any kind of gray product together, dark product, whatever it is, even black paint, throw it against that screen will produce a higher white level because there's a heightener technology in it. Ah, yeah. You would never think that I would go make products, show you how to make the products and put them against my own screen if I didn't have confidence that my screen basically was going to be outperforming. So you do me a favor. You make any combination of dark paint you want, you post it, I'll put it against my screen. And I guarantee you, I'll take all those combinations. I made all those gray screen paints, and I want you to post them against your screen and see what happens. Yeah, man, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, man. You're dealing with the wrong person. I love tests. I get excited on tests. So this is what happens at the end of the day, people. When you buy these screen paint products that claim that they can do exactly what our products can do, when they can't, end up destroying your screen at the end of the day. That's what's going to happen. Because what's in those products right there can't read white light. Hey, get off that door. That's my cat trying to get downstairs. There you go. So this is what he's been doing in his demonstrations. This is why Jamie has a lawsuit. Big lawsuit on top of him. Because Jamie has been going into his YouTube channel and he's been mixing black products together and doing fake demonstrations, painting out a product, claiming it to be our product, saying that this is how our product comes up. Now, I don't care what you delete off your account or what you move your account. As I told you at the end of the day, the videos that we needed are dubbed. We have copies of your videos. You delete all you want. We got copies. We got enough evidence on you to choke a horse. This right here, what I'm doing right now is enough to choke a horse on you. But yeah, at the end of the day, his products are not tested. And this is what you got to worry about at the end of the day. That black paint or whatever he's making down there, if it's a dark gray and if it's a light gray mix, at the end of the day, if it's a light gray mix, how close does that come to bare silver screen with a couple of teaspoons of black in it? Literally can make the product yourself. As for the darker mixes that he's making, he hasn't done any test demonstrations against black paint because number one, they can't match black paint. If you put a little bit of white in there, automatically changes and alters the screen as you saw up here in the video demonstration. And if he makes it actually out of black paint, then at the end of the day, you could actually be buying black paint on a standalone, which we've done them on standalones by themselves with the black speaker fabric and just a black surface. Yeah, you can put a projector on it. It looks fantastic. But the minute you put it against white levels against the real technology, that screen gets dark and it gets dirty quick. Even the colors come up dirty. Because at the end of the day, can't see white light. Then you have to figure out what are you really getting, because like I said, there's no test there. And again, we requested 6 times in a row for him to do a side-by-side black test, and he has refused every single time. As a matter of fact, even pushing things around a bit to make sure that, you know, trying to jump the ball, like, okay, not jump the ball, but basically trying to avoid it at all costs. That's what he's been trying to do. How's that? All right, let's get back to this. So that's what you're getting at the end of the day. Here's your white levels. This is the paint we made upstairs. One we made with the black paint, we put in 5. One we put in 3. I'm gonna verify one around that price. Around that much. But like I said, it doesn't make a difference. Some people are like, maybe if I put in, no, keep in mind. The paint with the colors, the amount of white we put in would have basically, if we put too much in, the screen would have been tilted over into the gray area real quick, real fast. It's already in the gray area right now, but it would have actually been in that really serious gray area you don't want to be at. And you're trying to keep your contrast levels high at the same time, but you want your white levels to play out too. So the problem you're going to have is you're going to lose contrast because you're going to add too much white. And if you put too much contrast in, you're going to basically lose your white levels. It doesn't make a difference what you put in. You're still going to fail. It's not to be rude or anything, but that's what's going to happen. Because if you believe these jokers are going to tell you that, oh, you make your stuff. You know how many screens Jamie damaged when he was telling people how to make the 12? That's why our orders jumped. Our orders jumped because people try to make the product, end up messing up their screens, end up buying the product from us to repair the screen. He caused a lot of damage with that dumb demonstration. Because the same white and black mixture he tried to make is the same thing we made here. Same thing. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can find that video. We try to make the 12. We're gonna make the 12 and put it against one of these and see what happens. I guarantee you try to delete that video next. That'll be another video he'll try to delete. We're gonna get all the videos he got. We try to make our products where he posted the ingredients. We're gonna make them and put them over and do demonstrations. But yeah, he wrecked a lot of people's screens with that mess. Because at the end of the day, when I saw the white paint, I'm like, why the frick is he got white paint in his hand? This is how you make it. Put a little silver into it and black, and it comes up. Yeah, guess what, buddy? This is what happens when you do that. This is what you did to your customers' screens. They painted that stuff on their screens. We had people contacting us telling us that they made that mixture and their white levels are really, really low. So he can't make it too light, because if it's too light, it doesn't match the black screen. So the less white paint he puts into it, the white levels drop even faster. He wrecked a lot of people's screen. People contact us when the that's why we had all those 12 sitting on the table. Majorities were going out to people who try to make the product. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you, but try to make the product, and their screen got wrecked. And you see me upstairs to make the product. I dropped the white paint in and everything. But we didn't add no silver. You're not going to see any silver in that at all, period. We'll do a demonstration. We'll make one just basically as this mixture, and we'll make one with silver. We'll put glitter in it. We'll put whatever you want to put in there. And I guarantee they both look the same, because the silver is going to get canceled out from the door. That's the first one to get canceled out. Especially if you're trying to make it at this dark. White's definitely going to get canceled out. That's another one. If the white didn't get canceled out, the screen wouldn't look that dark to begin with. The only thing that's going to pop up is glitter. You're going to black screen with glitter running across your screen. That's what you're going to have. Mind you, the guy said in the video when he made his product, he said that you got to be 25 and up, right? 2,500 lumens help. The brighter the projector, the better. My projector is 4,000 lumens behind me right now. 4,000 lumens is not picking up. But then again, he didn't have a comparison screen. He didn't have a white screen up there. If you put a white screen up there, you would have saw the levels drop even faster. All right, let's keep going with this one right here. And mind you, we didn't put the set next to UV mix. We didn't do that. We put it against our product. Ugh, man, that's bad. That is really, really, really bad. I feel sorry for some of you who got dedicated theater rooms and did this one, because keep in mind, you're doing a dedicated theater room, man. I mean, you got the whole entire place hooked up in there. You don't want to get paint on the floor or anything. You want to make sure everything's done right in there. You know what I mean? You want to get it done the first time. You don't want it to go around and do it the second time. But apparently you're going to have to. And I guess whatever that fusion stuff he launched or whatever, if I guarantee you, two things are going to happen. If we attempt to buy it, he's definitely going to cancel. He's not going to let that come here. Because, you know, we'll make it. It'll probably match one of these. I'm sorry, it can't match one. These things are too dark to match that screen. That's horrible. Ugh. I thought the white screen's really bad. That's when he showed the demonstration side by side. I don't know what the black screen was on the side. The levels on the black screen were so bad. They were coming up so dark. They looked just like that. That's exactly how they looked on that demonstration. When he was doing the first one, that's the first challenge we gave him to do the side by side, the black paint. And for some reason, he didn't do it. For some reason, he came out with one was supposed to be simple black, one was supposed to be a black fusion. I'm like, what the freak is going on in this demonstration? And then I was trying to figure out, well, what was the black screen in the corner? And I'm hoping like that's not one of your screens, is it? Because that thing was coming out so dark. It was doing the exact same thing this was doing. Let's play a little more of this. Now, we're not saying these are his products. I don't want anybody thinking that. No, we're not saying these products. I'm saying that at the end of the day, it could be. And I'll tell you why. Because he wouldn't do the black on black test. It's a simple test. All black screens got to go through it. Can't just paint a black screen, throw it up and go, voila, I did a black screen. No, you have to have tests behind it. Where are your white level tests? We need to know exactly where the white level is going to be. Customers, you should be asking that one. Because at the end of the day, you can have black paint on your wall, everyday black paint, or you can have a screen that literally is not black and that's gray, and it's still going to have the same reaction. So you need to find out, what are you getting? Because if he's not doing tests like this, you're not seeing demonstrations like this, there's a problem. And mind you, we made this stuff not to put against his product, to put against our own technology. And we're doing the whole thing in the dark. These screens are gray. Well, they come out, they're really dark, but they're really a dark gray. Even with a dark gray, you think you'd pull a higher white level than a screen that's actually black. There you go, people. There you go. We'll make some more of them. I love doing this. I love putting black screens against our technology. I love this. A lot of people realize the 17s, all our screens that are black go through. I can go through all my, like the day, today, when we were going through the videos and you watch me pull up demonstrations, 17s went on a black on black test. All our screens have to go through that. That's protocol. They have to. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be asked that question. What's the difference between your product and black paint? What's your product against this and that? And I got to test these right here to see exactly if someone tries to duplicate or try to make our screen, is it going to match? That's real bad. LG snowboarding.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now see what I don't like I said. And the demonstrations I saw what Mr. Jamie did, basically, like I said, trying to make our product look this dark. I can make dark products and throw it against my screen. My screen's going to basically every single time always outperform the other dark screens because of the way it was developed, the way it's designed. So like I said, we know what he was doing in the demonstration, the dirty stuff he was doing. And that's why I made a comment to Jamie and Mr. Partey. Mr. Partey, from the door, I'm going to explain something to you. After I get done with him in April, if I basically find anything on your account that has anything to do with you doing the same thing he's doing, my attorneys will be in contact. I will be bringing you to court. Anybody that I catch doing these similar demonstrations, a fellow who got the whole kickboxing, whatever, I'll take your establishment from you. I'll take your business from you. I'm not playing with y'all at the end of the day. This kind of survey can hurt you pretty bad. If you don't have any proof that my product is doing this, at the end of the day, you'll be in court with my attorneys. And I'm not going to be nice. I'm going to clean your freaking clock. I'm going to take everything from you. You're going to learn at the end of the day, don't mess with me. That's just a little warning to Mr. Partey, because I don't know why you sent me an email to begin with. I got nothing to discuss with you. Whatever problem you're having with him and him, you better hope at the end of the day, when I get done with Jamie, that I'm basically I walk out of that courtroom and go in a different direction, because if it crosses my mind one time that I feel that I need to handle this business, then it's going to be handled. If I catch one demonstration on your account showing my product against black paint or whatever, falsified or slander my product in any way whatsoever, I will see you in court. You better pray that you are basically leasing your house from the bank when I get done with you. Built my company from the ground up. It took me years and years and years to build my company. And I got these individuals want to come in here and slander my work because of jealousy. I wouldn't even bother paying for an attorney. That's extra cost. You're not going to win it. So don't even bother. Chances are it's probably going to go before arbitration, and they're going to probably see if they can settle it. We're not going before arbitration with Jamie. We're taking it to court. I don't want arbitration. I want to take it straight to court and get it done. Now, I may just walk away from when I get done with him, walk away from this, from anybody else. But at the end of the day, who knows? Let's go do some more. Back to the other one. That shows you the pettiness how people are. Sad but true. I don't know what's going on with them two. Don't care. None of my business. But I tell you what is my business. It's definitely going to become an interest. $4K snow screensavers. Let's go over here. Let's go pick up the white dog. Is that the white dog? Here we go, big white dog.
Proven quality sleep from Sleep Number can increase your energy and improve your recovery.
And paints, like I said, you got to be careful.
Smart Bed is perfect for active couples. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number.
Usually, like I said, when you're talking to attorneys, they try to avoid it going to court. They're like, look, just try to work things out, so and so and so. My attorneys want to sue the hell, to my French. They want to sue the daylights out of Jamie. They do. They don't like him. They want to sue the daylights out of him. They do. They definitely want to sue you. They're telling me they're the ones telling me don't even bother sending the cease and desist order. They didn't want me to send that. They would say, just go sue him. Because it's a waste of time. He's just going to go out and do what he wants to do anyway. Just sue him. They can't wait to meet you. Oh, I can't wait. I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible, but no. At the end of the day, he's going to have to be sued. It's going to have to happen. That's all. This nonsense right here. Like I said, the fact that when I make this stuff and throw it against most, these are tests we have to do every single day. Anytime we make black screens, we got to do these tests. They have to be done. But the fact that you got somebody out there, grown freaking man in his apartment, doing fake demonstrations, trying to damage somebody's product. At the end of the day, like I said, we still get blessed. Our tables are still full with orders. But I mean, this fact that people take that much effort in the time of the day to do dumb stuff like that. And he can sit there and go, well, nobody. It was your video. You can't get mad at me. It was your video. You had a video floating around showing you how to make this product. All we did was make the product, and it matched your product perfectly. So, no. I'll let y'all decide from there. But if we have your product, we have your product, which means there's a box on my kitchen table with your address attached to it. And I show basically we got receipts where we purchased your product. Yeah, we don't do fake demonstrations. We don't do fake unboxings and mixing people's products. We don't do any of that stuff like that. If I'm going to buy your product, I'm going to go buy your product, have it down here, do the unboxing, show the transaction we made the purchase right there. Like them 14 cancellations I got sitting on my desk showed you that we purchased your product. I got unboxing videos of your product. Opened up. I even got products where he knew it was coming to us. A couple of them we bought, he knew it was coming to us. That's why he signed his name on it like that, with the smiley face on it. So, like I said, if I want your product, we buy it, bring it down, and do it. We do it professionally, the way it's supposed to be done. Not you coming on camera, not showing no labels, no boxes, claiming it's to be a Phoenix. So that was a Phoenix you were supposed to be painting that day. That wasn't a Phoenix. It was too dark to be. It was too light to be a Phoenix. And the product I made here is darker than the screen paint that you used in the demonstration claiming to be a Phoenix. And it can't even match the screen. It's sad that this individual, literally grown man, doing this nonsense. But you're going to see my face. Oh, yeah. You're going to see me in court. You definitely going to see my face. I can't wait to look halfway across that room. You can look at my attorneys staring right back at you because they don't like you. They're not going to show you no mercy at all. I don't care if you don't have $250,000. That's not the one. I know you don't have $250,000. The reason why we hit that mark, we should go higher than that. Hit that mark. So basically, no creditor would touch you with a 10-foot pole. Nobody will go near you with that kind of lien over top of your head. That's the whole purpose of it, to drop heavy lien on you. You know you can't pay that money. You forget about houses, cars, college. All that's gone. That's gone. That is gone. Income taxes, gone. All that's gone. You got to think before you do. So you can't go and do dumb stuff like this. I test against certified screens every day when I test on certified screens. I got to be careful when I'm using these certified screens. I got to make sure I don't say anything on camera that's not true about the screens. Now, I can sit there and say, yeah, honestly, the screens against our technology don't work. And they don't work against our technology. But against a white screen, they're going to perform on their top level, which is true. Any one of those screens you throw it against a white screen, unless it's a white screen, I don't know how you're going to see an improvement against another white screen, but any one of the screens, especially the gunmetals, are going to give the screens a greater improvement. And at the end of the day, I can see why they test on white screens, because that's what they're dealing with. Anytime they walk into a facility, a school, or whatever it may be, they're testing it. They have a white screen in there. You know, chances are if they walk in there and they see a screen that may be another competitive screen, I doubt they're going to go in there. They may not. I don't know. But if it's a white screen, that's an area where they're designed to be at. But you're talking about if my screens were in there, there's no way in the world to be to stick that screen up against that screen. We've done those tests already before. This is why I get emails from them asking for sample sheets, because now they're curious, what in the world is this thing? How is it able to perform our top screen? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, that's what we get from that at the end of the day. But I'm not going to go in there and call, oh, well, they're scammers, this, that, and the other, and do falsify fake demonstrations to make their products look bad. I'm not doing that nonsense. One thing I figured out about the elite, not the elite screens, the black diamonds, is the angle gain. When you turn the left aside, certain ones of the screens basically have a narrow viewing cone. And it's even posted on forum sites that they do have narrow viewing cones, and certain select screens have that problem. Certain screens can work with ultra short throw, some can't. DMP supernovas do not work with short throw or ultra short throw projectors. So here's the things I had to follow within those guidelines. But if I did a demonstration and said, oh, don't buy a DMP supernova, those screens will go black on you in a minute. Knowing that I'm using an ultra short throw in the demonstration, knowing this is going to turn the screen black, they can sue me for that nonsense and get away with it. Because clearly it says in their pamphlet, do not use with short throw or ultra short throw projectors. Just like the Elite Screen ceiling and light projection technology. They have arrows on the back of the screen showing you where to point the screens up for the light to get the best image. I turn that screen upside down, it's going to turn dark on me. Knowing doing this is wrong. You're not supposed to do that. So that's why I said there's certain guidelines you have to follow. Even with the cinema grays can't be used with projectors low as 2,000 lumens. You have to be over 2,000 lumens to use that particular screen. So that's why I read through all the specifications, research the company before I go down and do the test. But the stuff that you do, oh man. That's why I said that individual is something else, boy. And that's why at the end of the day, I wouldn't buy his products. I honestly wouldn't buy them unless they are tested. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what the heck you're getting. You could be getting black paint. You could be getting gray and black paint. You could be getting white and black paint. It could be anything because there's no test behind it. I saw the final test on the Metallica 2.0, and the Metallica 2.0, the final test was him explaining this pull-out screen for God knows how long. He takes the screen in, puts it up on the other screen he has. This is the Batman screen he has. Does half the demonstration with the lights off and the lights on, and that was it. I can do the same thing what we have with the 10 tablespoons integrate paint. The exact same thing. Same demonstration with no problem. Let's see if we got let me see what else we got here. While we're in here real quick. Yeah, but when people sit there and say, well, why do you talk? Yeah, I have a right to sue this man. This man, he deserves to be sued at the end of the day. You don't do stuff like this. Let me see. Let's go to J&K 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Shows you the dirty stuff this fella does. Like I said, I didn't put this mixture product against this stuff. I put it against my own screen. So what are you going to do? You're going to get upset and go, oh, that's what is wrong. I put it against my own screen. And nothing went against your screen. Just went against my own stuff. You know, because I'm showing you demonstrations of people showing you how to make these products. You know, I don't want somebody to go in and go, well, I can make this myself. Because at the end of the day, I don't want you messing up your screen. You know what I mean? So I come here, put it against my own stuff to show you, look, this is why you don't want to make this stuff at all. This is why you want to stay away from it, because it will mess up your screen at the end of the day. You project your screen up. This is why. That stuff that Partey made, that stuff was trash. It was absolute trash. It was. And I'll tell you why it was trash. I don't know why in the world someone would suggest to put Vaseline or any kind of oil substance into a product that's water-based. Why would you do that to begin with? Number one, it's a mess. It is a mess. It's going to be a mess to clean up, because keep in mind, this is something that has oil and water combined, oil with water and kind of a water-based substance. It's going to be impossible to clean off your hands. It's going to be impossible to clean up your floor. Not only that, it's going to hotspot because there's oil in the paint. That's like the same equivalence of painting your screen with oil painting. Oil paint, or basically any kind of glossy product. When that projector hits it, it's going to cause the screen to hotspot like crazy because there's an oil in it to begin with. A shiny substance, you know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. So that's one of the problems you're going to have. I guess the excuse he had in the video, he was talking about the reason why he put the oil in there because it was a way to basically keep the poly from breaking down. But come on, people, at the end of the day, I mean, common sense goes a long way. First things first, if you're talking about Midwax, okay, this is a company that's been out for God knows how long. I would think they would basically test their products to the point where they can give it like a 5 or 10 year approval that your deck or whatever you're going to spray this stuff is basically going to be to stay intact in that particular time because it was tested. To say that you would have to add in this form of oil mixture in order to maintain the structure of the freaking poly, so basically it doesn't break down between cold and rain or whatever, that's what it's designed to do. It's a protective coating. So by putting, I don't know why you would even put that in there to begin with, by saying you would need that. If that's the case, anybody spraying their deck with poly in about a year or so with some rain and snow and whatever, natural weather, this stuff would deteriorate in no time at all. No, that's why basically they have those tests. That's why they have flash points and all that stuff to test the product. But that's what his excuse was for adding that oil mixture into it. All it does is just make a real slick, nasty coating. At the end of the day, it comes up too dark, doesn't produce a high enough white level. And then the other issue has is it's on your hands. It's hard to clean up because you got that oil in it. So that's another thing I didn't like about that one right there. Shall we make more screen paint? I'm going to make more. I'm going to make more darker paints and throw it against the Phantom. But I like playing with the Phoenix. The Phoenix is fun to play with. All right, so we already did the 5 tablespoons. We got 6 in one. We did 5 in the other one. I think we did 4 in one. 4, 5, and 6. We have to do. No. I'm sorry. That half container, full container is actually 3. Because I remember we started off with the 1, the 2, and then the 3, and that was good. That was a darker one. The lighter one had half of it, but we added up to 4 in that one, but we decided to add 5 into that one. So in between, and then the other one that matched UV was 6. So within that, I wouldn't go any higher than 10, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't go higher than 10, because you go higher than 10, I mean, this screen's going to start turning seriously gray. You're going to have some problems. It's not going to look the way you want it to look. 6 was actually light, came up pretty light. So I'd say if you put 1 in it, if you put 1 tablespoon of black into that, it's going to be darker than what you're seeing right here, because that's actually one, and like I said, one of these is 5 and one of these is 3. So imagine 1 in there and see what happens. Oh, this is going to be bad. Look at how beautiful that car looks. Watch this. And those that have white screens, oh, that's another topic I had yesterday too. Someone was telling me they had a white screen and it looked, no, I'm gonna leave that one alone. No, it does not. A white screen is horrible, absolutely horrible. That's why it's a bottom dollar screen. They're the cheap screens. You're not gonna walk into a store and say, hey, well, the only way you would pay that kind of money, like $4,000 for a white screen, unless it was one of the high-end name brand screens, it was one of them, then you would probably pay that kind of money. And it depends on what they're gonna be strapping it into. If it's like a fixed frame, edgeless, or maybe, well, not the fixed frame, edge, more like a motorized picture. Stewart has a white screen that would cost about $4 grand, but it's in a motorized tension. That's pretty much a tabby screen, one of them. But the white screens are like cheap bottom dollar screens. I mean, they're cheap screens. Like I said, white screens have been out since the solid era. Let's play it with the black one. Oh, the horror. The horror. how's that whole do-it-yourself screen paint going now? Ain't going too well, to tell you the truth, honestly. Man, it's this that freaking whatchamacallit is horrible. I told you, them black and white, the mixes like this are absolutely horrible. I was joking all the time. Oh, heck no. Can't see white light. Mind you, I made these with a little bit more white. If I had made this with 1 tablespoon of black paint, oh my goodness, we're gonna make one of those. We gotta make one of those. Good gracious. And like I said, the fellow Joe that's made it, he made that 4 years ago. So like I said, around that area, you know, that's around the 2015, 2016, 2015, within that era, yeah. You know, what he had was acceptable, you know what I mean? But now, no. Now with the technology we have in machines now. J and K 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go over to, let's see. We did that one already.
What's
Strong
with
me.
It's a place that inspires the dreamers.
Sorry about that, people. Tired. So at the end of the day, be careful. Do not mix up those black and white mixed products, man. If you're not doing the test that we're doing, don't even bother buying it. Like I said, at the end of the day, we can out them and show you exactly what you're getting, what you're walking into. And like I said, I'll make the products and throw them against my own screen. I got no problem with that. This is to show you where our technology stands at. But if you don't want to heed my advice and you want to either make the product or basically go out and buy it from that individual, hey, more power to you. At the end of the day, there's no skin off my nose. I'm contracted, my table stays full, my customers get what they're supposed to get. That's how we work over here. But at the end of the day, that's your problem. Keep in mind. I'll help you fix it. That's not a problem. But at the end of the day, it's going to be your problem. Your screen's going to come up that dirty. And the screen we're having, like I said, that's a white screen. That's a 2.0 white screen behind the back of that screen. The greens are not supposed to come up that dark. I'm going to see if I can find that. How he tried to make our 8 one time. Or it was 8 or 12. It was a 12. He tried to make the 12 one time. We're going to make the 12 and we're going to put it and see exactly how it reacts to the products we have over here. Let me see what else we got here real quick. I got to get some sleep. I'm tired. Literally, I need to get some sleep. I woke up way too early. I don't know how, but I did. I was up at freaking 2 o'clock. Well, 1 o'clock. I was up at 1 o'clock. I don't know where that came from. We're going to make another screen paint. We're going to do one with 1 tablespoon of black paint. That's it. That's all we're going to put into it. We try to make it like in a way where they want the screen to be dark, be black, but it's not black because they're trying to keep the white levels. So we're going to see what happens when we put 1 tablespoon of black paint in there. We'll make that before we do it. So we're going to test it today. We'll test it later on today. Because I still got to make that blue technology for the Phantom. I have to do that today too. It has to be done. And we have to paint a motorized projection screen, but I'm going to do that on Monday. Isn't that bad? All right, we're at 2:05. Man, it's a long demonstration. I know the haters are mad on this one. They got to be mad. I mean, I know they're steaming mad right now. I don't care. That's the end of the day. Your buddy's a fake. The person you follow is a fake. Their paint don't work. Never did work. It's old. It's outdated. It's a prehistoric dinosaur. That's pretty much what it is. And at the end of the day, I can mix any form of black, gray, mix, whatever, dark mix, throw it against my technology, and it won't even match. And I can back it up. 100%. Something that they can't do. Okie doke. Well, with that being said, I'm done. I'm going to go upstairs and get something to eat. Oh, I forgot. We got to make one more black paint. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of black paint. Let's make this one a little different. Should we put some glitter in this one? No, I'm going to do that one later on another time. I'm tired. We're going to just put 1 tablespoon of black. We're going to call this Blackout 4000. We're going to call it. We got the ones called it. What are they? Oh, they're all called blackouts. They're all blackout paints. We're going to call this Blackout 4000. Blackout 4000. Ugh. Wait, let me see something, man. Yellow screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Yellow screen. Light bright, light bright. Turn out the lights up, glowing lights. Do, 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 do. Oh, you think because, no, that's not going to work. Screen can't see color either. It's black. It's too dark, and there's no white levels in it. You have to have white levels to see color. You have to have contrast to pick up color. You need both. See, that's why I explained to you. The problem you're going to have here is the fact that color is not going to work at all. You can't make the paint too dark, because then that means that at the end of the day, your white levels are going to suffer. Can't make too much. You can't make it too light, because that means the contrast is going to suffer. And color needs both white and black to function. It has to be bright enough, which comes from the white levels, and it has to be dark enough at the same time to produce the rich, deep colors. So if you can't get the black and the white to marry well, then in between it's not going to work either. So you're going to have a screen that's going to come out where it's going to be washed out because it doesn't have enough contrast, or the contrast level is going to be so high it's going to make the colors dirty. Now keep in mind, once you figure that one out, then you have to figure out about the ambient light part of it, because ambient light plays a role in it too, depending on how much ambient light you have in the environment, the projectors, and the long throw or short throw and distance throw and whatever. That makes a difference of whether or not if your screen can even produce in a well-lit environment, because then you run the risk of your screen washing out because for some reason it can't seem to maintain the color and contrast because of the ambient light environment that's washing out the screen. And it has to be compatible with long throw, and it has to be compatible with short throw. Short throw projectors are a bit interesting. You know, if your walls aren't perfectly flat in your house, if you hit it with an ultra short throw, you will notice. You want to find out if your walls are flat? Buy an ultra short throw projector, push it up against your wall. If it has a ripple effect in it, your walls are not flat. Your walls have to be perfectly flat to run an ultra short throw. Now, if you take a long throw or an ultra short throw and hit it with your wall, it doesn't get the ripple effect. Only ultra short throws do it. We get to make more black screen paint products. Throw it against. I love this part. This is the fun part. So we have to keep it within the dark guidelines. It has to be within the dark guidelines. Has to be. So we only have a thin margin in there. So the next one we're going to mix in is going to be black paint. 1 tablespoon of black paint. Let's see. Let's go to pink neon screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Tell them what they won, Chuck. They won a brand new car. Chuck, 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 chuck. Now, I wonder, what about Starfield screensaver?
Getting that from YouTube.
Wouldn't that be interesting? Now we know we can't bring a white level. Are they equally black to a black screen? Is it possible? Is it possible? Is it possible? You can see right now I'm tired. I need to get some rest. I'm really tired right now. Really tired. Ocean, emotion, ocean. We got, what, about 1,800 lux in this bad boy. Let's fire it up. Let's fire it up. Yes, sir. As I said before, any black surface can pull contrast level. Hardest thing for a black level to pull is white levels. If you can't pull your white levels, your color is going to suffer.
At Capella University, we know the world is pretty smart.
Wicked smart.
So we made FlexPath smart enough that
The darkest screen we have up there. Play. Really? The darkest screen. I'm going to charger out here for a minute. I'll paint on my phone too. Darkest screen we have would be that one right there. And no, it does not match our screen. Our screen is actually darker than that right there. And yet, these two screens can't see white light. Isn't that interesting? Any surface can bring a contrast level. That's easy. That's nothing. The hard thing for a screen to pull up is going to be white levels. Has to be able to see white lights. And as I showed you in the demonstration downstairs, we did everything on white levels. We did white snow, we did white surfaces, we did white color, we did colors, bright colors. And as you can see, the black paint did not pull up, well, it came out dark and it came up dirty. And that's what happens when you have a product that's untested. Now he's mixing all these products together, claiming to make a black paint. And like I said, you can't even do that test right there. That's a simple test. Let's see exactly where your light levels come up. We do this on Phoenixes all the time. We do them on Phantoms all the time. There's a story of a young lady. She was living with children of her own. All of them had hair of gold. Like her mother, the youngest one, and girl. Yeah, people, that's pretty much it. Doing the freaking OLED Q demonstrations, please. You're supposed to do that demonstrations on a white surface. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to test your product against other surfaces, which it doesn't do at all. And that's why we can sit up here on this countertop and we can make any combination of black paint, gray paint, whatever you could possibly think of. And I guarantee if I throw it against any one of these screens, they will be able to produce a higher white level. The most important thing when it comes to a black screen is not contrast. The most important thing is your white level. Just like when it comes to these gray screen paint mixes, the most important thing on that product is contrast. So, like I said, that's the end of it right there. I'm going to turn my heat up because it is cold in here. Hey, come on, man, move. And then I'm going to enjoy the technology over here. See if we got a package over here. What you angry about? You got in trouble twice a day. You know what you got in trouble for, buddy? Twice you got in trouble. If you're not in trouble, you won't get in trouble. That's how it works. Stay out of trouble, you won't get in trouble. I'll give you that angry look. The man got in trouble. Stay out of trouble. All right, that being said, I'm out of here. Thank you for your time. We'll come back in. We'll make some more black products and see if we can match them against the Phoenix. See if we can basically see which one pulls the highest white level. That's going to be fun. We'll do some more. Let's see. I'm trying to think of one combination. We'll do 1 tablespoon into a container of black paint, making that the darkest. And I wouldn't go any farther than 6. Because any farther than 6, you're really talking about tilting over into a gray area. And let's see. We'll do 1 and 2. That's what we'll do. All right. Got to go. God bless.